Greetings, Pokemon fans, and welcome back to Poly Wars Wrath. My name is JD, and today we're doing a playthrough of Pokemon Blue using Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd is the wild duck Pokemon. This is part of my series to figure out who the best of every type is in Generation 1, and right now we are in the flying type. So let's go ahead and dive into the stats and the moveset for this Pokemon, and then we'll look at the playthrough. The stats for this Pokemon are as follows: HP is 52, Attack 65, Defense 55, Special is 58, and Speed is 60. The moveset for this Pokemon level up moveset is Peck, which is a stab move, 35 base power, 100% accurate with stab, ends up being about 52 base power. And Sand Attack is a move that lowers up System's accuracy. Leer lowers up System's defense. Fury Attack is a move I don't like to use because it's wildly inaccurate. It's 85% accurate, so it misses a lot. However, it is useful early game, at least until we get some better moves. Swords Dance is a move that really makes this Pokemon a contender for the best flying type Pokemon in Generation 1. If you don't know this, Swords Dance, it ups your attack stat by 2 stages, and you can do this up to 3 times. So not only does it boost our attack stat, but in Generation 1 there's a thing called the badge boost glitch, where when you modify stats, other stats get modified as well with a corresponding badge. So Swords Dance becomes very, very reliable and very useful for this Pokemon. All the other flying types don't get access to this. This is why this Pokemon is very unique. We also get access to Agility, and might have a short-term use, but not a long-term use. And then Slash is a move that it kind of doesn't make sense, because this Pokemon gets Swords Dance, and it ups your attack stat. With Slash is a move that critical hits a lot, so it ignores all stat buffs. So it doesn't make sense why this Pokemon gets it, but it is there nonetheless. And I guess maybe if you don't want to use Swords Dance, which doesn't make sense to me, but if you don't want to use Swords Dance, it is an alternative if you don't have Swords Dance or can't get it. Maybe you're playing by some rules, I don't know. But let's dive into the TM moveset and see why this Pokemon's also a little bit better than 2 other Pokemon here. There's not a lot of moves with this Pokemon, I'm not going to lie. Flying type Pokemon do not have a lot of move diversity in Generation 1. However, this Pokemon and the one I did first in this series, which was Dugtrio, have access to Body Slam. Body Slam is an 85 base power move, 100% accurate. You get access to it about maybe a quarter away through the game, and it's just very useful. And its stab, it's very powerful. So you get access to that, whereas 2 other Pokemon in this series do not get it, and that's part of the reason why I don't think they're going to do well. So we also have Takedown, which I'm not going to use. Double Edge will be used in Elite 4. Rage not going to use. Mimic will help us mimic a move. We don't have to mimic a move and do the badge boost. We already have a move for that, so this will just be a move that's going to help us win a battle. Double Team not going to use. Reflect, Bide, Swift, Skull Bash not going to use. Rest, maybe for like the last couple battles, Rest will be used, but not throughout the course of the game. Substitute not going to use. Cut not going to use. And Fly will be used because it's way more powerful than Peck, even though I don't like it. I don't know why this Pokemon doesn't get access to Drill Peck if it gets Peck, but I digress. Let's dive into the playthrough for this Pokemon. So we start off against our rival. His name is Mick, as in Mick Jagger. I'm naming all the flying type Pokemon rockers because Ozzy just had like his last concert, so I'm just honoring their memory. And we named our Pokemon Sir Duck, and Sir Duck knocks out Charmander. We gave our rival Charmander because it wasn't a great option. We just don't want to give him Venusaur because we have a huge type advantage there. So moving on to Bug Forest, and then Bug Forest we're going to go ahead and fight all these battles. And these battles really don't give us that much. Now this just shows how abysmal our attack stat is. When if I'm sitting there using a super effective move that's 105 power because something's super weak to it, and it still can't one-shot it, that's pretty bad, to be honest with you. So keep that in mind as you do this. And this is why Swords Dance is so critical for the success of this Pokemon, because even with the type advantage, even with a super effective move, it still isn't one-shotting anything, and we're the same level as it, so it should happen. That's all I'm going to say. It should happen, but it's not, and that just kind of showcases its bad stats. But now we're moving on to the last bug trainer in this forest. We are at level 8, and we need to get to a slight level higher. Oh, we did one-shot that time. It was a critical hit. We need to get to a slightly higher level so we can face our rival and not have to worry about taking resets against our rival. Our rival is going to come out with a Pidgey, and we're going to go ahead and Sand Attack the Pidgey so it can't keep hitting us. We're going to lower its defense for 1 stage. Peck will be a 2-shot, looks like. We're down to 11 health. Let's make sure we can do this. We're going to go ahead and Leer on the Charmander so our Peck can be more effective, and we get a hit and knock it out. We survive on 3 hit points. Very close battle. Closer than I'd like it to be. We're going to move right on to Brock's Gym and face the Million Light Years trainer. Now, we're not at the level we want to be right now, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We're very close. We're going to knock out Diglett. Very good. And Sandshrew is going to be tough, but we're going to go for Leer and Sand Attack and make sure it has problems hitting us. And then Peck will be a 3-shot, looks like. And then 1 more Peck will get it done. Sand Attack really came in clutch there, because if it wasn't missing, it would have definitely knocked us out. So now we're going to go level up to level 14, and we're going to come back and face Brock. The reason why we level up to level 14 is we want to outspeed the Onix. Onix can outspeed us and has bide, and it's just a pain in the butt. So here's the strategy. Geodude first, going for Sand Attack. We're going to make it so it has a hard time hitting us, and then we're going to just whittle it down with Peck. Now, I wish it was a lot better and faster and more powerful, but it is what it is. It's resistant to us because it's a rock type. So we're going to whittle it down. It's going to be a long, drawn-out fight, but it's going to be a good one. We are at 9 minutes and 50 seconds right now, so we came into this about 9 minutes, which is a decent time, considering we had to grind a little bit and get to level 14. I hate grinding, but sometimes you have to do it. With some Pokemon, it's definitely mandatory. So Peck, we're getting very close. One critical hit will probably knock it out. We just got to get one. So close, and there we go. So now we've knocked out Geodude, and now we're going to go ahead and face Onix. Now, Onix likes to go for Bide. If you don't know what Bide does, very simple explanation. When Bide's initiated, whatever we do to Onix, it'll deal back that damage double over multiple turns. Okay? So that's why we wanted to outspeed, is now we can do a move, and then it initiates Bide after we do a move, and then we can just counter that by doing either Sand Attack or Leer. By doing Leer, we'll lower its defense. By Sand Attack, we'll lower its ability to hit us with, like, Tackle, which is what the problem it's having right now. None of its moves can hit, and so we get a knockout. Get a pretty easy win. We only had 19 health going into the Onix, and we only lost 7 health. That's pretty good. So we leave there, and we go on to Mount Moon. Mount Moon's nothing special here. We didn't get a move. We didn't get anything like that. We just get experience. And now we're fighting the super duper nerd for his fossil. We're going to knock out the Grimer. We're going to knock out the Voltorb in 2 hits. There you go. And then the last Pokemon is Coughing. Coughing will come out. And we're going to go ahead and go for Peck. Peck looks like it's going to be just about 45 power or something like that. 45% damage. Knock it out. We grab the Dome Fossil. All hail the Dome Fossil. I know if I didn't tell you, you're going to ask. In the comments, actually, now they're going to comment down below anyway. Comments great for the YouTube algorithm. And move right on to our third rival battle. Our third rival is going to come out with a Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto, we're going to go for Sand Attack right away, go for Leer. And now, hopefully, we can just go and sweep his team. We get a critical hit on Fury Cutter. If it hit maybe 1 or 2 more times, we would have knocked it out in one go, but we didn't. We're going to go for Peck on the Abra. It really can't do anything to us, so I'm not too worried about Abra. Peck on the Rattata. It's a 2-shot, it looks like. Hyper Fang does a decent amount of damage to us, but we just got to make sure we knock out the Charmander. Sand Attack on the Charmander. It misses. We Leer it, lower its defense. Leer it again, lower its defense. And in Fury Attack, looked like it was going to be a 3-shot if we hit, but we knock it out. And we beat our second rival battle, move right on to Misty's Gym. Now, in Misty's Gym, you think it'd be difficult. It's not. We are at level 24, which at level 23, we just got Sword Dance. So all we got to do is set up on the Staryu. We don't have to set up all the way, but if we get an opportunity, we will. Nothing here is going to be super effective against us anyway, so we have time to do it. And then we just have to hit Starmie, even though she has her stats modified. With the Exafin, we beat Misty and move right on to the SSN. The SSN is we're going to fight this battle here. And once we beat this youngster, I don't know his name, maybe Youngster Joey, I don't know. We knock him out. And we're going to go ahead and use an antidote and heal ourselves. And then we're going to grab Body Slam. The best move we can use right now. We're going to add it to our repertoire. And we're going to face our 4th rival battle. So back-to-back almost rival battles. And we're going to go ahead and face our rival. He's got a Pidgeotto. We're going to go for Swords Dance. We don't want to Swords Dance too much here. And the reason why is because it gives Pidgeotto the chance to Sand Attack us. So 1 setup. And we've swept 3 Pokemon. Did we sweep the last one? We do. So we get a pretty easy win over our rival. Pretty convincing win. We beat him. And move on to our next gym, which is the Electric Gym, to face Lieutenant Surge. Now, we did not come in here prepared at all. We very unprepared for this battle. Horribly unprepared, grossly unprepared, whatever you want to call it. So the first problem is we weren't fully healed. And the second problem is we did not prepare ourselves for Raichu. Raichu outspeeds us. He is at 56 speed, and we are at 50. So he's going to, whatever we do here, we don't have the ability to up our speed other than leveling up. So basically this battle is all about RNG. It's about RNG. So if he goes for Thunderbolt, we're going to get knocked out every single time. So we're going to try our second attempt at this, and this is where we get our first 2 resets. Is we're going to set up again, which doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter because Raichu's just going to one-shot us. Now, it does make sense to set up because what if he goes for something else like Growl or if he does like an X speed? So we get 2 losses there. We did level up a little bit to see if we can boost our stuff a little bit, maybe tank a Thunderbolt or something. But we get to Raichu. Our Pikachu is going to go down in 1 shot. Those 2 aren't a problem. But we get the Raichu, and he goes for X speed, which is what we need to win. I don't know why you already outspeed. It's stupid. Lieutenant Surge again is at it with being his stupidity shenanigans. But we're gonna move right on to Hiker, which I call Boomer. Boomer comes out with 2 Geodudes and a Graveler. We are going to set up. We don't have a great move here. We don't have anything that can really hit rocks and be effective. But if we boost our stats up and we make it so he can't hit us with Sand Attack, we might be able to do a little bit more damage. So we get a 3-shot on the Geodude. The next couple Geodudes, or the next 2 Pokemon, I guess we get the right accuracy, right everything, and we don't get any critical hits, so we knock it out. We learn Agility in place of Sand Attack. It's going to be useful in a couple battles coming up, but not too much. So we beat the Hiker Anthony, or I'm sorry, I think it's Hiker Anthony in Generation 2, but in this game, I just call him Boomer. And now we're going to go ahead and face Giovanni number 1. Giovanni number 1, we're going to set up just like usual, as per tradition. Set him up 1, set him up 2. Set him up 3, and now we're going to go ahead and go for Body Slam, 1-shot on the Onix. We only have 3 Body Slams left, so I did not time this well, and my mismanagement of my power points is going to come back and rear its ugly head here in a minute. But we get the win over Giovanni. We're going to go ahead and pick up the Sylph Scope, and we're going to pick up the Super Potion. We're going to go face our rival number 5. He's in Pokemon Tower. This is one of the easier ones. We are not going to fully set up here because we don't want Pidgeotto to Sand Attack us and lower our accuracy. So 1 knockout, 2 knockout, 3 knockout, 4 knockout. Come on, knock him out. And then our last Pokemon, which is Charmeleon, we're going to knock it out. Very good. We get a clean sweep of his whole team, get the win over our rival, move right on and face Erica. Erica is the grass gym leader. We should have a huge advantage here. However, we do want to be very careful in how much we try to set up, because there are sleep powders, there's poison powder, there's opportunities that we can get wrapped, so on and so forth. So we don't want that. So we set up 1 time, we're going to go for Fly, knock it out, very good. Victory Bell goes down. We're going to fly on the Tangela, very good, knock it out. And the last Pokemon, which is a Vileplume, we knock it out in 1 go as well. So we beat Erica, pretty easy gym, but we also got to be smart, and we didn't want to have to set up too much and leave ourselves vulnerable to getting put to sleep or whatever. But now we're moving on to Koga, and Koga, this is an example of setting up too much. Smoke Screen lowers my accuracy, and it lowers my accuracy by 1 stage, but it's just enough that it's going to cost us this battle. I did not replenish my power points here, so I might have been able to win if I was able to stick with Body Slam, but I'm missing too many moves. I'm missing so much. I get poisoned, and so now we're out of power points for Body Slam. Now every turn is going to take 2 turns just to get this done. Knock out the Muck. I'm confident if we hit him, we'll knock him out. Knock out the Coughing. And this is where critical hits suck. We hit this Wheezing with... Nope, we do not. we get knocked out by Sludge. My bad. It must be this battle. So we get 2 resets with Koga. And this one's the one where we critical hit kind of screws us over a little bit. We get fully set up, and now we're moving on and taking out... We're Body Slamming the Coughing. We're Body Slamming the Muck. We just got to hit it. Come on, hit it. Hit it. Body Slam on the Muck. Very good. Coughing would be a Body Slam as well. And Wheezing would be a Body Slam. Knockout if it wasn't for critical hit. We skipped over all of our stat buffs, so it self-destructs and we have to face it 1 more time. And so this is 4 resets on 2 different gyms, and honestly this is a little bit frustrating. It is what it is. We get our actually lowered again, and so now we're going to go for Body Slam. Hopefully we can just get the better RNG and hit these moves. And this is why this Pokemon is going to come in second to Dugtrio, is these little things right here, these little intricate things that are costing us these little battles, that are costing us a lot of time. This battle, 3 different attempts to take on Surge and 3 different attempts to take on Koga. Not good. Not good at all. But we do have the way to counter it. Imagine if we didn't have Swords Dance, how bad this Pokemon could be. So then we're going to move on to Blaine. Now Blaine, pretty simple. We just got to go ahead and set up with Swords Dance. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nope, no 4. Okay. Don't need to set up 4 times. We're going to go for Body Slam, knock out the Growlithe. Very good. Ponyta is going to be a knockout. Very good. Rabbit Ash is going to be the next Pokemon knocked out. Very good. And then we have Arcanine, which is no, it's not. Critical hit screwed us again, but it didn't screw us as badly as the last time, so get the win. And I'm going to move right on to Silphco and face our 6th rival battle. The 6th rival is going to come out with a Pidgeot, which still has Sand Attack, so we got to be mindful of that. Body Slam hits us with Sand Attack twice, so now we're actually super lowered. And so now we just got to go for Body Slam, and now we're sped up so we can outspeed the last 2 Pokemon. Body Slam, Fly on the Execute. Very good. We go for Gyarados. We go for Body Slam. And we're missing. And we get hit with the Dragon Rage. Very good. Get the knockout. Alakazam just got a hit, and we'll knock it out. Just got a hit. Just got a hit. There's 4 in a row. There's 5. It finally hit on the 5th. And we just got to hit Charizard one time. Body Slam, knock it out. We survive on 7 hit points after a slash. Very surprising, but we get the win and move on to Giovanni number 2. Giovanni number 2 is actually a little bit easier than Giovanni number 1 in some ways, because we actually can hit 2 of its Pokemon without it being resisted. So we have Nidorino and we have Nidoqueen, whereas the previous one had Onix, which had very high defense. But we get the knockout over the Rhyhorn, and we have the final Pokemon, which is Nidoqueen. We knock it out and move right on to Sabrina. Sabrina and her whip. She's going to come out with a couple Pokemon. We're going to go ahead and set up the Swords Dance. Psychic does massive damage, so I was like, dang, do I want to set up again, or should I just roll the dice and try to get the knockout? So we're going to roll the dice. There's a knockout on Mr. Mime. There's a knockout on Venomoth. And there's a knockout on Alakazam. Yep, it is. So we were able to knock it out. A little bit of luck involved there, but getting that critical on the Psychic really hurt us. And we're moving on to Giovanni number 3. Giovanni number 3, going to come out with a Rhyhorn. We'll go for Swords Dance. And Swords Dance one more time. And Body Slam should be, if it wasn't critical hits are really rearing their ugly face right now. So we're going to dig, or we're going to Mimic Dig off of Dugtrio. And we're going to go for Body Slam on the knockout. Very good. Nidoqueen comes out, Body Slam on Nidoqueen. Nidoking comes out, Body Slam on Nidoking. And Rhydon is why we got Dig. Then we knock out Giovanni. And we're going to move right on to our final rival battle for the Elite Four. He's going to come out with a Pidgeot. It does not have Sand Attack anymore, so all we got to do is set up and sweep. Body Slam is a knockout. Actually, we're not going to set up on the Pidgeot because we're about to level up. Very good. So now we're going to we're going to Swords Dance on the Rhyhorn. Very good. One more time. Very good. Body Slam is going to be it's not going to be a one-shot on the Rhyhorn. If we knock out 2 hits, though, Execute is going to be a one-shot with Fly. Very good. Gyarados comes out. We'll go for Body Slam. It's going to be a, critical hit. Cost for me a one-shot. Critical hits are really screwing this Pokemon over. It's not even that fast. That's what's crazy about it. It's not even that fast. But we knock out the Charizard. We get the win over our rival. Move right on to the Elite Four. Now that we're in the Elite Four, let's go and look at our stats and our moves and see how good or bad this Pokemon can do. Our stats are as follows. Attack is 133, defense is 120, speed is 126, and special is 124. And in the bottom left corners are modified stats. They're actually pretty well, decently close to each other. The only real thing is they're not very high, but that's why we have a badge boosting move, which is, the whole shtick of this Pokemon. And in our moveset is Body Slam, Mimic, Swords Dance, and Fly. We will probably be using Double Edge and Rest as well throughout the course of this playthrough, or the Elite Four playthrough, I should say. Swords Dance ain't going anywhere, and neither is Fly, but Mimic and Body Slam will be changed out through the course of the Elite Four. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. The hardest member of the Elite Four is the first trainer for Flying Pike Pokemon, which is Lorelei. She is Ice type, and we are weak to her, so this can be very tricky. We can get some resets here if we don't pay attention. We're going to go for Swords Dance right away. Look how much Roar Beam did. Just did a little bit, just about a third, maybe just below a third. So fully set up, can we sweep this team? If we take any more damage, we're pretty much done. So we don't want any critical hits. That way we can knock them out. That's the big thing we don't want right now is critical hits. And we get a clean sweep over Lorelei and her team with a full setup. That's very good. That's very promising. We heal up, and we're going to go ahead and face Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno very much. He's kind of a cakewalk. But in this battle, we got to make sure we set up properly because he can also wreck us. And go ahead and do Swords Dance 3 times. We don't have a great move for Onix, and we're not really going to mimic a move. I think we might mimic a move from Hitmonchan. Hitmonchan has Ice Punch. That might be the move we mimic. So Hitmonchan comes out. We're going to go ahead and mimic. Yep, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to mimic Ice Punch. Very good. And it hits us with a move, but we're going to go for Body Slam, knock it out. Hitmonlee comes out. Body Slam knocks it out. Very good. Onix will go down to 1 Ice Punch. Very good. And a Machamp. Unless a critical hit, we're going to one-shot Machamp. Very good. Get the very easy win over Bruno. Like I said, we don't talk about it very much. Move on to Agatha and her lottery. So Agatha can come out and do a lot of things. She can put us to sleep. She can paralyze us, poison us, confuse us. What we're going to do to start the battle is we're going to go ahead and just mimic Hypnosis. Hypnosis will give us the opportunity to put Gengar to sleep. And we're going to go ahead and go for setup. 1. Nope, we hit ourselves in confusion just trying to set up. Yep, it hits us again. Hypnosis, very good. Set up, Swords Dance 2. And Fly will be a one-shot on the Gengar, very good. Body Slam on the Golbat, very good. Haunter comes out. Body Slam won't work on Haunter, but Fly will, and Fly will knock it out. Very good. Arbok comes out. We'll go for Body Slam on the Arbok, and unless we get a critical hit, we should be just fine taking out the Gengar in one hit. Very good. Agatha ends up not being too difficult. We'll move right on to Lance, the Dragon Specialist of the Elite Four, and he's going to lead out with a Gyarados. Gyarados is a great Pokemon to set up on because he can't really do much to us. He doesn't have a great move against us. So we're going to do 1. And he does Leer, then does Dragon Rage. Makes no sense, but I mean, he should have gone for a Hyper Beam or something. Body Slam on the Dragonair. We're fully set up. There we go. Knock out the second Dragonair. Aerodactyl comes out. It'll be a 2-shot. Critical hit might have cost us a knockout there, but we get to knock it on the next turn anyway. No big deal. And then Body Slam on the Dragonite. Get a win. Closer win than I would have liked, but we get the win nonetheless. And now we're moving on to our rival, who is also the champion. He's going to come out with a Pidgeot. Pidgeot is going to be, we're going to set up on Pidgeot. Let me rephrase that. Sword Dance 3 times. Very good. We got a decent amount of health getting out of this battle. Go for Double Edge on the Pidgeot. Double Edge is way more powerful than Body Slam, so that's why I added it. So now we're going to go for Rest on the Rhydon. Rhydon Hail Whips, which is good because it ups our attack stats, and now Double Edge will do even more damage. I think the only thing I can fathom there is I don't know how that happened. We did not knock him out in one go. It is what it is. Knock out the Executor. Gyarados comes out. Double Edge on the Executor. Very good. And then the last Pokemon is Charizard. Knock it out. Very good. Clean sweep of the Elite Four. Not one loss in here. So we're going to leave this battle, go get it clocked in. And when we get our time locked in, it's actually 1 hour and 5 minutes and 17 seconds. So pretty solid time. Let's get the in-game time. I don't ever go off of that, but I like to at least tell people about it. So let's transition and look at our tier list. So after this playthrough, where does everyone fall in place? So where does he go? So 1 hour and 5 minutes and 17 seconds. That would put him right here in the E tier, right up in front of Moltres. I'm going to move Moltres back a little bit, put him right there. And Farfetch'd is superior. I think I get Farfetch'd under an hour. I'm going to adjust that. There we go. I think I can get Farfetch'd under an hour and 5 minutes easily. I mean, it's only 17 seconds, so there's like 1 or 2 battles that would just fix those up. And I might even get this under an hour if I tried again. But that's where Farfetch'd lands. So as of right now, we have 2 flying Pokemon on the list. And the 2 flying Pokemon are Dugtrio and Farfetch'd. And Dugtrio is winning, and Farfetch'd comes in about 5 minutes slower. I'm very confident that I get Dugtrio down to about an hour and 56 minutes, 57 minutes, something like that, without having to be over an hour. It's so close, just like Primeape was so close to not being in the tier they're in and being the tier above them. So, like I said, might have to play through in the future. My wife and I have been doing more things together, so she likes to read a book, and I'm going to start playing video games, so I might do more and more playthroughs just to see if I can get some better times for these Pokemon. But next week, tune in, because next week we're playing through with Fearow. Now, Fearow is pretty good. There's a lot of good things about Fearow. There's also some downsides. But I'll go with that next Wednesday. The video that comes out this Friday is a very fun video where we were going to do Wobbuffet originally, but Wobbuffet's very time-consuming, so I didn't do it. I decided to do the next Pokemon, which was Girafarig. And Girafarig is a very fun playthrough to watch and very fun to do. I really enjoyed that Pokemon, so I hope you guys tune in for it. Let me just think in the comment section down below. What do you think is going to be the best flying type Pokemon? What do you think the best type is in this series? So we'll see if you predict that rightly. Let me know what you think. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.